Hey, great question. So to answer this, we have to determine where do states come from. And in State and Revolution, Lenin does spell it out pretty well. States come about when essentially you have class society. Not all societies have had states, right? State power. You have states when you have classes, when you have basically rich people and poor people. And the state is a tool, it's an instrument of the ruling class to enforce their rule. This is Lenin quoting Engels, Frederick Engels. Thus, the state has not existed for all eternity. There have been societies that did without it, that had no conception of the state and state power. At a certain stage of economic development, which was necessarily bound up with the cleavage of society into classes, the state became a necessity because of this cleavage. We are now rapidly approaching a stage in the development of production at which the existence of these classes not only will have ceased to be a necessity, but will become a direct hindrance to production. Classes will disappear as inevitably as they inevitably arose at an earlier stage. With the disappearance of classes, the state too will inevitably disappear. Society, organizing production on the basis of a free and equal association of the producers, will dispatch the whole state machine, whither it will then belong to the Museum of Antiquities, side by side with the spinning wheel and the bronze axe. So essentially, yes, there will not be states anymore. As we begin to address the contradictions that class society brings about, we will wither away the need for the state. Because right now, the state is a tool for the bourgeoisie. That's the ruling class, the capitalists, the big capitalists. It's a tool that they wield to suppress the classes that are below them, the petty bourgeoisie even, which is the small capitalist, and the proletariat, the proletarian, the working class, which is most everybody else, right? And there's some other classes too, but we don't need to get into all of that. And socialism flips this upside down. It takes the state and makes it a tool of the working class. And so essentially, as we use that tool to suppress the capitalists and the reactionaries, we can begin to address those contradictions, and we'll get to a stage where the state is no longer necessary.